What's going on, everybody? Chase with iDub Hockey, joined today with Chad Siebel, Vice President of Products for Tour Hockey, and we're here at the Central Coast Sports Arena, Santa Maria, California, with the brand new Kemistry Hellcat wheel. Now, we're seeing that featured on the KV1 skate from Tour this year. Before we start talking about specs, what was kind of the inspiration, kind of the goal behind this year's Hellcat?
Well, Kemistry is kind of a young brand. It's a brand that we've been developing with our partners for a couple of years. We brought out the Cyclonium, we brought out the Gripium, and they were good wheels. We were really proud of them at the time, but we've really decided everywhere from top to bottom at our company that we're going to bring out products that have innovation, that have a need in the market. They're not just coming out based on a calendar date that we've got to launch something. So the Hellcat was kind of the first in this series. We got it out, we were bringing it on our KV1 skates. This skate here with the proprietary blends of our concoctions in our laboratories have come out and been really, really well received by our players. So it gave us the confidence to put it on this skate and bring this out. We've got some more coming on the back end as we kind of redevelop for different price points. But that's kind of the emphasis, is bringing out products that have a need, that fill a need, and actually perform according to what we're bringing them out for.
So let's talk about that need, and we'll talk about more so how you're able to fulfill that. So this is a high-end indoor wheel, but in terms of construction, how is it made? From what you could tell me, I know that some of that's proprietary in the concoctions.
It's like Colonel Sanders, you can't bring it right out. But for us, bringing this out and coming from a player's standpoint, first, you get into single pour, dual pour, triple pour, all these different pours, and I think you kind of reach a saturation point. So for us here, we think any player can skate on this wheel from the top of the echelon of pro players and then any level down below. But we think this Hellcat wheel, it's a dual pour wheel. The shape of the insert and the material we use for that insert kind of gives it its pushback. So when you're kind of loading that wheel up with power, it's giving you a rebound back you need. And we just don't feel you need to go to a 3 or 4 or 5 pour wheel. We just think that's kind of gets redundant after a while. So we think this is the classic mix of having a great insert in that wheel, kind of mixed with the materials that give it that real great kickback for the performance that you need.
So last but not least, you mentioned that you wanted to bring this when it was ready. You didn't just want to put this out because you needed a new wheel. What were some of the struggles that you went through, just to kind of give a peek behind the curtains? What were some of the things that you had to overcome in terms of developing this Hellcat wheel specifically?
That's a great question. And when we're coming in, I think learning from the Cyclonium, learning from the Gripium, we felt they're very strong wheels. But what we learned is kind of by tweaking both how we handle the materials and by tweaking the, if you will, the chemistries of the actual insert and the outer, and using different, there's TDI materials, MDI materials, all these different kind of terms, we kind of find the right mix of performance, durability, and cost kind of all built into one wheel. So from the Cyclonium and the Gripium, going into it as a young wheel company, we learned what players are liking, and we're learning what players maybe didn't like quite as much. And we're basically trying to take that and make a magic sauce, which we think we've accomplished here in the Hellcat.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it. I mean, the rebound is powerful. They obviously look great, and they're going to last a long time too. But as always, Chad, just want to say thanks so much for heading out here and then walking us through the Hellcat wheel.
Thanks a lot.
And for you at home that want to check out the entire line from Kemistry, make sure you head over to inlinewarehouse.com.